Hello, I am Buran Garari. For the competition of Videothon, I have attempted task 1 where I have performed data analytics on the IPL dataset. The language which I have chosen for the data analytics and for data visualization is Python, and I have performed this on the Kaggle notebook. Kaggle notebook provides great space to perform the data pre-processing and prediction task and detection task quite fast. All these tasks are done quite fast on the Kaggle platform compared to that done on a local computer. In the first cell, I have taken all the important tables which are needed to perform the analytics. Here there are six tables, out of which I have chosen four, which is matches.csv, team-wise underscore home underscore and underscore away, deliveries.csv, most underscore runs underscore average underscore strike rate, teams.csv. The table players.xlx file, which is actually an Excel file, gives information about the bowler's batting and bowling style. And in the next cell, I have imported all the libraries which I'll be using for data analytics and visualization. Pandas is a library which is used to make changes in the table structure, as well as it can make changes in the table values. Pandas is also used for creating analytic tables from scratch. NumPy is used to deal with linear algebra problems. Matplotlib and Seaborn is used for data visualization. So I have followed a general pattern where I have first assigned a data path variable to each of the tables which I have used. Then I have assigned a variable to each of the tables which are being read from the CSV file. So first I have assigned data underscore path underscore one, and this is where currently the teams.csv file is. Now pd.read underscore csv will read this file, and CSV file is actually a comma separated value file where all the values of a record are separated by commas. And then here I have decided to label each team with a number and also count the total number of teams which are available in this data set. So by assigning a label to each of the teams, this will help me in making changes in the table if necessary, and also to plot the graphs. So the total number of teams are 15, and Pune Warriors has been assigned one, Kolkata Knight Riders has been assigned two, and all this is being stored in a dictionary. Next, in the next table which I have chosen is matches.csv. Now from this table, I will see what the columns are available and the number of rows which are there in this table and the number of columns. So table underscore two dot columns gives the names of the columns which are present. So the column names which are present are ID, season, city, date, team one, team two, toss winner, toss decision, result, duck is applied, winner, win by runs, win by wickets, player of the match, venue, empire one, empire two, empire three. The number of rows in the table are 756 and the number of columns are 18. Now I have decided to modify this table a bit because I won't be needing the season, the city, date, empire one, empire two, empire three, as well as I'll be using win by runs and win by wickets. So I've copied this table into a new variable x, where x is equal to table underscore two. Then I have taken the columns underscore table underscore two is equal to table underscore two dot columns. So this is actually a list of the columns which are present in table underscore or two. Then columns underscore needed. Now the columns which I'll be needing, I have put them in a list, and then I have written a loop where I'll drop those columns which are not necessary, such as empire one, empire two, empire three. So this is done using x dot drop str of I, which is in a list, comma axis is equal to one. Then I have dropped these columns, and I've also dropped all the records which have empty values or not a number values. Then have also resetted the index of those records, because after dropping the records there will be a change in the index numbering. So after removing the empty values, the number of rows which I have is 752, the number of columns which I have is 10. Now I am going to see how many times did a team win the toss as well as won the match. So for this, I'm going to see how many times a team has won a toss, how many times a team has won the match, and I'll try to plot a collective graph of that. This will plot a graph for how many times the number of team has won a toss, and the next graph how many times the number of team has won a match. So basically, in both of these graphs, I first created a figure. I've given a title to the graph. Then I am using the Seaborn library, which I have abbreviated as SNS. I've used the bar plot function, which is x is equal to list of toss winner dot keys and y is equal to list of toss winner. And then I've given a label name on the x-axis and on the y-axis. So this is how many times a team has won on the toss. Similarly, here we can see Mumbai Indians has the highest frequency of winning the toss, and Pune Super Giant is in the end. And similarly, surprisingly, the number of times the team has also won a match is is also looking similar to that, similar to the previous graph. Now I have then I've taken a new variable toss underscore decision. So in toss underscore decision, I'm storing how many times a team has chosen to field as how many times a team has chosen to bat. So field 460 times and bat 290 times. So whoever has won the toss, how many times have they chosen to field and how many times have they chosen to bat. So here I'll be plotting the number of times a team has won a toss as well as a match. So in the earlier graphs, I've only plotted how many times they won a toss, how many times they won a match. But here we are going to see when both the conditions are true. And I'm going to plot a multivariable graph depending on how many times a team won a toss and was a match winner, and the toss which they had and the decision which they had chosen was to field. Similarly, how many times they won the toss, they also won the match, and the toss they chose was to bat. So this distribution is going to be team wise, and this is what this loop is also doing here. And here I'm trying to plot a multivariable graph. So here the blue represents how many times the team has chosen to field, and the R represents how many times the team has chosen to bat. So from this we can see that Kolkata Knight Riders has most times chosen to field, and they have also won the match. Similarly, Sunrisers Hyderabad, whenever they have chosen to field and they won the toss, or they have won. And here we can see that Pune Warriors, whenever they chose to bat, they won the toss, and Rising Pune Super Giants, whenever they chose to field, they won the match. Similarly, if we see for Mumbai Indians, and the number of times they've chosen to field, they have won the match. And for Chennai Super Kings, whenever they have chosen to bat, they have won the match. So next, I've decided on how many times a team has decided to field or bat in each venue whenever they have won the toss. So this loop is doing a similar way, where venues underscore dictionary will store for each venue how many times the teams have chosen to field, how many times the teams have chosen to bat in that venue. The total number of venues which are present are 41, and then I have to try to draw a multivariable graph depending on how many times a team has chosen to bat or field. So green represents the how many times a team has chosen to field, and R represents how many times a team has chosen to bat. So this is for the first 10 venues. So we can see in Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, the green represents that most of the teams have chosen to field first rather than batting first. And Wankhede, we can see that the number of times they have chosen to field is more than the number of times they have chosen to bat. Then data underscore path underscore 4. So this is team wise home and away win. How many times a team have they won at their home ground, and how many times they have won when they are not playing at their home ground. So there's an interesting function table underscore 4 dot describe. So this gives the statistics of the table. This gives the statistics of the whole table, which is having a numerical value. So count This will give the number of non-zero values which are present and in the table. Mean will give the mean of each of the columns. Standard deviation of each column is given using STD. The minimum value present in each of the columns. Then 25th percentile value, 50th percentile value, 75th percentile value, and maximum value. So the maximum value for the away win percentage is 75%, and for home win percentage it is 62%. And 25th percentile essentially means a value which is 25% greater than other values but is 75% less than the other values. So PLT dot figure fixed size is equal to 30, and then here I am trying to plot the away win percentage for each team. So the away win percentage of Gujarat Lions is the highest, and next is that for Delhi Capitals, and after that it is for Rising Pune Super Giants. The least is for Pune Warriors and for Deccan Chargers. Next, I have tried to plot the home win percentage. So the home win percentage for Rising Pune Super Giants is highest, and for Gujarat Lions it is the less. So for Rising Pune Super Giants, the home win percentage and the away win percentage are quite the same. And here I have tried to plot or the collective graph of both home win percentage and for away win percentage. So for home win percentage, so here is the home win percentage versus the away win in percentage. Now this is the combined graph of the above two graphs, and in the next table which I have chosen is most underscore runs underscore average underscore or strike rate, and I have read this table, and this contains the information about 515, about 516 batsmen and their stats, the total number of runs they have scored, the number of balls, average and strike rate. Now I'm going to do a plot of the total number of runs and the number of balls played by the first 10 players. Similarly, the plot of the average and the strike rate of each player. So for the first 10 players, the green bar represents the total number of runs they have scored, and the blue represents the number of balls they have played. So Virat Kohli has the highest number of runs which has been scored. Next comes Suresh Raina, and the number of balls played by Gautam Gambhir, and for Dhawan is quite it's same. Similarly, the number of balls played by Chris Gayle and AB de Villiers is same. So we can see that Chris Gayle and AB de Villiers are big hitters. So despite playing less number of balls, they have scored quite a lot. And similarly is that for David Warner. Now, when we see the plot of the average and the strike rate of each player, so the average is quite high for both Chris Gayle and AB de Villiers, and for David Warner, it is also a bit less compared to Chris Gayle. So this is all the data visualization and analytics which have performed on the tables. Thank you.